Welcome to Shenington for the next instalment of action in this, the Nitro Lord Ultimate Karting Championship. 4 races from 3 different classes coming your way in this programme, including these guys, the Honda Cadets, for whom this season getting the checkered flag has been something of a rarity. The pre-final for Honda Cadet is coming up, and after missing the first 2 rounds, one dad and lad driver are proving that mixing it against some of the bigger teams is not impossible, as they now find themselves 3rd in the championship overall. I am of course talking about Lucas Planford and his dad Adrian, who I had a chat with earlier to ask them about their journey so far.
Hi, I'm Lucas Planford. I am number 59, racing in Honda Cadets.
Hi, I'm Adrian Blanford. I'm Lucas's dad, and I'm basically here to support him mechanically.
You're sitting 3rd in the championship with, well, this is the 2nd to last round. It's going well. Is this where you thought you'd be at this point in the season?
Well, we never thought that we'd be here in this situation because we're really new to this championship. We've only done 2 rounds. Our aim was the top 10, so top 3, I think we've really surpassed that goal. So really happy with that.
Lucas is really achieving a lot this year. He's only been doing it for a year in the kart seat. I think the disadvantage we have over the teams is we can't use data. We only have Lucas's data, whereas teams have various amounts of data from different drivers, different setups, what works, what doesn't. And also Lucas's experience against them. These guys have been racing since they were 6 years old. Like I say, Lucas started in July 2020, so it's extraordinary where he's come from. It says a lot about him as a young man.
It all started when I was 4 years old. Got my first Bambino kart, but then my dad used to race cars at Knock Hill. But then I saw him roll a few times, so I was like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. So then I went to my best friend's birthday party about a year ago as well, and then it just clicked again. And then I said, I want to do this again. So it all started again back at this track. So I've got some really good memories back here at this track. The circuit's quite easy to learn because it's only really 4 corners: Cafe, Stratford, Bruno and Wilkins. That's the main 4 corners out the 9. It's very top-endy. You have to have quite a good engine to be able to compete with the front runners up here.
And Adrian, just talking about having a good engine, having a good mechanic and understanding it is what it's all about. And presumably from your background in cars, you've got a little bit of an idea what's going on with how to set one of these things up.
Yeah, I've got it's very, very different. With cars you're dealing with suspension. With here I've been told you deal with it and look at it as like a spring. We do get help within obviously the croc awning from Dave, who's been helping us over GYG and obviously here and will be coming with us to Lord Warden Law as well. So that's been really good help and really has helped Lucas from a driving point of view as well.
And I'm guessing from your background in cars, you've switched on very quickly to the understanding of marketing. You've got a fantastic setup here, branded shirts, branded van. It's key to get that side of the racing right.
Definitely. I would say it's one of the biggest, one of the largest percents of going racing is to get the branding right and the marketing right. You know, you need people. We couldn't do this on our own. We need people with us to help us through this journey and as the journey continues. So yeah, branding has to be very strong.
I need to get top 3 every race weekend from now to be able to hopefully challenge for the championship win. My aim is to win the championship, but if not, I'm really happy with 3rd.
Just tell me who you've got supporting here this weekend alongside your dad.
I've got my mum, my sister and my brother. Got a few friends coming down, a sponsor as well, and my gran and grandpa.
Well, best of luck for the weekend. Thanks, Lucas.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
When we talk about people who are naturally gifted, naturally talented at something, for Lucas Blanford to be doing what he's doing in this grid, particularly against team drivers in the main, after just 12 months in karting is quite astonishing. And that interview at 12 years of age just shows a media savvy beyond his years, Jake.
Certainly does. We all know who Lucas Planford is now, don't we? Now, a nice little treat for you this time. Normally we bring you the Honda Cadet final, but this time we're also going to bring you the Honda Cadet pre-final. So we'll have this race, and that will lead us to the starting grid for the main event. And that gives us just a little bit extra from the Honda Cadets this time here at Shenington. Away we go. Planford trying to beat Charlie Wolfett to the first corner. Job done. But that's not going to be easy to hold on to with someone of the skill of Charlie Wolfett right underneath him as well. as the field works its way through Cafe Corner for the first time. They run to that outside line, which is where you place the kart in the fastest possible trajectory. But it's looking good for Lucas Planford, who holds on in front of Charlie Wolfert as they head into the hairpin for the first time. Is everybody going to get through? Looks like they've just about stayed out of dodge there. Excellent to see. Great racecraft from the competitors on the first lap. They've all lived by the same doctrine there. You can't win on lap 1, but you can definitely lose. So everybody's kept it nice and neat and tidy. And as we go onto the back straight, it's Cole Denham that's charging after the leading duo, as Lucas Planford has Charlie Wolfert all over the back of him, and they charge their way through in good formation.
Charlie Wolfert involved in that first lap incident at Glanigorse Park, of course, last time, but he's made the first lap, completed the first lap this time in second place, so great performance so far.
Great battles. We're on board with Lucas Planford as he gets some pressure into Cafe Corner. This is not going to be so easy for him to hold on to. He's got such an incredible waft of talent, but he's also got plenty of it around him trying to take the places away. On the inside, that's Leon Hasty, and through with him goes Albert Friend. So the two teammates obviously working in unison to try and move their way further forward. So Lucas Planford loses out in the lead of the race for the moment from Hasty and Friend. Charlie Wolfert is still in that mix though, so this is a race that's going to rumble on and on. Now Planford, it's so easy for a driver with very little experience to kind of lose the plot and lose traction here, but he's not. He's staying in the hunt. 49 is in the mix. Cole Denham getting through. Charlie Wolfert does not get through. Lucas Planford keeping his elbows out and making sure he doesn't lose too much time and traction. He's down to 4th position, but there's still plenty of racing to come with this pre-final and the final on next to it. There's still plenty of opportunities for him to get back up to the front.
Yeah, as you were saying, Jake, Luke Blanford's inexperience, if you like. He's only been racing 12 months, it's quite remarkable, as Wolfert has another look up the inside, comes alongside. Is he going to hold on? Coming down to the Bruno chicane, but no, Blanford holds on. But his lack of experience, this is where, you know, he needs to understand that doesn't want to lose the plot here, doesn't want to let the red mist descend. All right, he's lost places from the start. He had the lead, now he's down in 4th. Just got to get on with it.
But I'll tell you what he is very good at doing here, Lucas Planford, and that is being able to trust his own instincts. He's just holding on to himself out in the lead of this race. He's keeping himself perfectly together. Now this is the lower gaggle of drivers. We've got Rocco Shenton, Alex Kochikov, Jacob Giblett-Lee is in the mix there as well, Gregor Reid, Lachlan Johnstone, Ashley Haas and Leo Aina in the mix there. So lots of good battles in the midfield, as much as there is up at the front. Back on board with Lucas Planford. Wolfert coming for the inside line of the hairpin as we get close to Denham. And again, Planford rides it out with Wolfert around the outside, but this time Charlie Wolfert has to keep checking over his shoulder to make sure he's definitely got past and made the overtaking move. That was sensible from Wolfert. He knew that he was side by side with Planford, but so often we've seen drivers just tuck back in and go, well, I've got the move, I'm a little bit in front, so I'm going to take it. But you're not quite fully past the driver, and you end up coming into contact and causing all sorts of problems. So that was well read by Charlie Wolfert. He knew he was alongside Planford. He just wanted to make sure before he tucked back into the queue that he had got enough ahead that he wasn't going to make contact with Planford on the way out the turn. And that was wisdom from Charlie Wolfert. You know that you're going to keep racing at the front end of the field if you just keep your wits about you.
This is the top 5. In 6th place, we've got Alex Reid, who was involved in that big incident at Glanigorse Park, Jake, when he flipped the kart over.
Yep.
In a little bit of contact there with Lachlan Johnston. About 100,000 people have watched the two drivers embracing each other after that, and it was great to see. Fantastic sportsmanship. And that's gone down well with the public.
I tell you what as well, this battle is absolutely raging. Shenton, Giblett-Lee, Kochikov, Reid, Haas, Aina, Johnstone, Bell, Brown, Mulvaney. This is absolutely sensational racing between them all as they continue to squabble on the back straight. And this is a race battle where you want to be at the head of this pack. You know you're not going to win the race, but you're going to get a massive opportunity to learn as Ashley Haas takes a good opportunity there on the inside. Now the leaders are battling. Denham and Friend drift wide through Cafe, and Charlie Wolfert moving his way into 2nd place. Why has he got the number 95 on the back of his car? He's the 55. 55 everywhere else. Denham on the inside. There you go. So Charlie Wolfert's got 55 everywhere around the car, except on the back bumper, where it's 95.
Not sure that's all about. It shouldn't really be allowed that, because, of course, if the officials see something going on with that kart and they see it from behind, they might give a black flag to 95, hold out the 95, And Charlie Wolfett will think, well, that's not me, I'm 55.
Exactly. So Cole Denham now currently in second place in front of us. Lucas Planford just trying to get himself a little further up the road with Denham. No point trying to make the overtake on Cole Denham when you've got time to make up to Leon Hasty. And Hasty is not that far in front of them at all now as a result of that. So Planford, again, he won't make the overtake on Cole Denham here at all. He's just going to work with him to close up on Hasty. Job done. Denham's going for the move. Planford's going to take the inside line as well into second place. That's how you make the moves happen. You don't just go for the guy in front of you. You work with the guy in front of you, and then you make the moves. Last lap, and it's Cole Denham versus Lucas Planford up front. Albert Friend, having worked his way forward, now in there with Alex Reid, Charlie Wolfett, and Leon Hasty as they go down the back straight. Friend is getting defensive in third position. Alex Reid wants a piece of this. But is this going to be the final move from Lucas Planford? He's going to go the long way round on Cole Denham as drivers charge in the final hairpin at Wilkins. But is there going to be a run to the line? There is! Planford nearly got alongside Cole Denham. But Denham's going to get it from Planford. Wolfett in third place. And Albert Friend in P4 from Leon Hasty and Alex Reid. And that, ladies and gents, was literally just the warm-up, because the main event, the final, is coming up next.
It's a little bit like the sprint race, new sprint races in Formula One, where you finish the pre-final. That's your grid position for the final coming up after the break, Jake.
Indeed it is. So Cole Denham takes the victory from Lucas Planford, Charlie Wolfett in third place from Friend, Hasty and Reid, Ryan White in seventh from Kaiser Raymond, and then Levi McCarty and Jacob Giblett-Lee. That is the order they will be when we start the final.
Well, that was the pre-final, so let's see what happens after the break when they'll be lining up on the grid for the super final. Welcome back to Shenington, where the UKC action continues. We've just seen the pre-final in Honda Cadets, which will set the grid for the next race out on track, which is their super final. Before we bring you that though, earlier on I caught up with the team principal of one young driver whose weekend came to an unfortunate end last time out when the kart flipped. The driver was Alex Reid and his team principal is Lenny from LM Motorsport.
I'm Lenny Messenger and I'm the owner at LM Motorsport.
Tell us about GYG. Obviously, Alex had a bit of an incident there where he flipped the car. What do you say to the boys when they come back from something like that, and how do you kind of like move forward from that?
So obviously, first thing is you need to make sure the kids are safe. That's main priority, make sure they're safe, not hurt. Karts are just bits of metal for me. We can straighten them, we can do what we need to do, so I'm fine with that. But then the other side of that, you've then got to explain how that accident happened, how it unfolded, and what you can do different next time to avoid that. Cart's in the wrong place, or you've left the door open, somebody's put it up the inside of you, so doing that allows them to then understand and respect each other a bit more as well.
I unfortunately flipped. All I remember is the sky and the ground and then falling out the cart. Can't really remember much.
And when you got yourself out of the cart and you stood up, you looked around and I think your mate was there next to you, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was giving me a cuddle because I wasn't feeling that good.
And that level of respect, you know, motorsport is dangerous. I would think it's probably quite important that they can actually see incidents like that and realise they've got to be respectful of themselves and respectful of their fellow drivers.
If you're on the track and you're disrespectful to other people, these accidents are going to happen more and more regular. If you understand that if you send it into a corner and there's no room there, there's nowhere anybody can go, so unavoidably you're going to cause an accident. So yeah, you've got to understand that, yeah, 100%.
What do you think in terms of setting the kart up and coaching the drivers? What do you think is going to be the key to doing well this weekend?
Probably the key is going to be keeping the kart fast and flowing, no mistakes, being really clever with your overtakes, being really clever with your defending when you're in a train, working, especially for the cadet guys, working as a train with the guys so that you're not, the guys behind aren't catching you. So yeah, there's a lot for them to think about, but the track's really good.
A little word about that class. Honda Cadet is a great starting point for these young drivers and the dads that are on the spanners.
These karts are just small versions of the big kart, so once you get your head around this, you move to the bigger karts and it makes it a lot easier. And it also teaches the kids how to drive properly. When you move to a big kart, you don't get the same level of pushing through corners and working with each other to get the lap times. But with the Honda Cadet, you have to do that because you've got a really small engine, really sticky tyre, and you've got no option than to work with each other to get the best out of it. When I raced myself, we did really good. We always at the front, yeah, and then from then on, we've just run the team. Basically from then, sometimes it's been busy, sometimes we've not done so much, but it just depends on how the economy is. We try and keep it dad and lad. because I think for me that's key. If you're coming kart and spending all this money, you want to spend time with your kid. You don't want to be just putting them in a team and letting somebody else do all the work. So for me, that's crucial. And we all sit down and have dinner at night and stuff together as well. So it's a good family atmosphere.
All right, and come Sunday night, what will make you happy as a team boss this weekend, do you think?
As long as every one of my drivers move forward during the heats and they do the best they can do, I'll be happy when we leave here. A win would be awesome, but who knows?
Well, anything is possible, and in this Honda Cadet field, there's a lot of talent who could climb to the top. Cole Denham and Lucas Planford, Charlie Wolfett and Albert Friend from Leon Hasty and Alex Reid, then Ryan White, Kaiser Raymond, Levi McCarty and Jacob Giblett-Lee. Behind them, Gregor Reid and Ashley Haas, Rocco Shenton and Leo Aina. Watch out for Bell and Brown, Mulvaney and Kodjakov, Johnston and Smith, then Ava Dobson, Evie Davidson, Ralphie Branscombe, Kieran Stewart, Ewan House and Finlay Lines. Very competitive field of drivers this. Let's go racing! Up to the first corner, and it's a great start from Planford. Planford's got the best run up towards the cafe corner this time. So Lucas Planford, our cameraman, is out in the lead. What a start as he gets one over on Cole Denham. All about timing the start right in Honda Cadet in the first lap, and he has absolutely made the best of it. Charlie Wolfett, there in third position, looking very strong on the opening lap, already starting to look at second place. And that was a good start from Alex Reid as well. Alex Reid has gone from 6th on the grid to 4th. So a cracking start from Alex Reid. He has got a shot at the victory now as he has worked his way through the midfield, charged himself into the top 6 by the end of the pre-final. And now Alex Reid is right there in 4th position. He's got as good a chance as any to win this now.
After all the dramas at Blanigorse Park, great to see Alex right in the mix here for LM Motorsport. Interviewed them earlier, of course. And it's another move for 5th place.
Yeah, that's Leon Hasty. He got through on his teammate Albert Friend there, so a nice overtaking move.
Championship leader, of course, Leon Hasty coming into this round. It's hasty like tasty, not hasty like pasty.
4th place, he now makes the move on Alex Reid, so gets up into the position. So Leon Hasty again manages to work his way up another position, up into the hairpin. Can Hasty now go for 3rd? He's having a think about it already. Wolfett not going to make it so easy for him. So they continue on their way round. The battle for the lead intensifying a little further into the race. Planford, Denham, Wolfett, Hasty. Alex Reid still doing a very solid job there in 5th place. Hanging on in front of Albert Friend and Rocco Shenton. Bit of a gap back to Jacob Giblett-Lee, but he still has a chance. Here's Denham on the inside. This is for the lead. Wolfett's going to try and squeeze in a second. Not on your Nelly, says Lucas Planford. That was very tight. And he manages to hold on a second. And here comes Leon Hasty on the inside of Wolfett to get into 3rd place. Can he get there? Not yet. He has to go through on the inside of Cafe. And he's there. 3rd position for Leon Hasty. As we go back on board with Lucas Planford, trying to edge Cole Denham away from the championship leader. Up to the hairpin. Denham brakes later. Planford wants a faster exit out of the hairpin along the Stratford Straight. And as they continue on up towards the chicane, Denham gives the push signal to Planford. Rocco Shenton.
I'm just going to say, Rocco Shenton set the fastest lap. He started 13th. Jake is already in 6th.
That is phenomenal. I hadn't spotted how far up the grid he'd worked, to be fair. And that is the 14 further down the field, just trying to work his way through. Kieran Stewart. You've all got to start somewhere. And obviously, taking your first steps into Honda Cadet, never an easy task. Lucas Planford hustling Cole Denham, who again gives the push signal to Lucas Planford. And they've got to hurry up on their hands as Hasty goes for the move. Into 2nd place, and here comes the 55 as well. Charlie Wolfett trying to squeeze into 3rd place. No chance, not with Planford on the warpath. Now he's going to work with Hasty. Hasty will go for the lead, and Planford's going to get on the inside with him. That is going to hang Cole Denham out to dry as Wolfett gets through as well, and he's not the only one. Now is that coming up into 4th position, make that 3rd position on the inside of Charlie Wolfett.
Little bit of contact in behind Lucas Planford there, but no damage done. But Rocco Shenton is definitely the man on the move, Jake.
It was Rocco Shenton. I genuinely didn't think he was that close into the mix this early in the race, but there he is, and Rocco Shenton is now in 3rd position. Take a bow, Rocco. Absolutely brilliant. He's there in front of Denham, Wolfett, Friend, Reid, White. This has been an incredible charge forward from Rocco Shenton, and now he's half a second back from the lead. He could win this one.
13th place to 3rd so far, but where can he go from here? Up Stratford Straight into Stratford Hairpin. That's Planford just in behind the race leader. Race leader is the championship leader, of course, Leon Hasty. They come away from Stratford down into Bruno Ferrari chicane once more.
Rocco Shenton's got plenty of hurry up though from behind him. Denham, Wolfett and Friend are all pushing on. They all want to try and make good work of things. Speaking of charging through the field, another driver who's making great gains here is Finlay Lines. He was on the back row of the grid, don't forget, and he's now 15th.
26 of 26. I think he might even have be up to 14th now, Jake.
Well, this is excellent progress from Shenington and Lines, who are just charging their way through the field like wildfire. Now, Lucas Planford still hustling Leon Hasty. Watch for Rocco Shenington behind us, because Shenington is getting closer all the time. He'll have some help from Denham and Wolfett. Planford just using the draft in behind Leon Hasty. Will he go for the lead? I think he has to. Up on the inside line, and that's because Shenington is getting alongside to the lead. Rocco Shenington has taken the lead here at Shenington. And now Planford struggling to hang on a second as Denham squeezes through. Hasty trying to get back on in there on the inside. But Rocco Shenington has taken the lead. My goodness, what a little rock star.
From 13th to 1st, what a fantastic move that was. We saw it before in the earlier race.
Contact further back, sorry. Jacob Giblin-Lee going around along there with the 91 of Albert Friend. Friend trying to get back on in the midst of the pack. Now, how did that happen? Let's have a look, because we're going into the braking zone for Wilkins. And, there was a little bit of a nudge from someone further back, and that edged Albert Friend into a spin. Jacob Giblin had nowhere to go. He just got pitched around, and unfortunately, 2 innocent victims there are the ones that come off worse.
Yeah, they drop right down the field. We rejoin it. We're on board here with Lucas Planford. That's Cole Denham in front on the 49. In front of them is the race leader, Rocco Shenington, but for how long? Can Rocco hold on? What a fantastic result this will be from 13th. We're looking back now on the 360 camera. Somebody coming down the inside, that's Leon Hasty, and going with him is Charlie Wolfett on the 55.
Well,
he's changed his number, Jake, from the
definitely
earlier Honda
has.
pre-final.
Well, he's sorted that out. He's obviously found a number 5, so he's put it over the back bumper. Excellent. So now we know it's definitely Charlie Wolfett. What a battle this is. Shenington, Denham, Hasty, Wolfett, Planford. Any one of these 5 could take the victory here, and they are absolutely at each other's throats. Down to the braking zone. Hasty makes the bid on the inside of Denham, and up the inside of both of them. Wolfett into P2. Planford going to try and get alongside Denham. Denham edging the kart forward to stay in front, but Wolfett, that was opportunistic. Incredible. As you like.
Well, we saw that move. We've seen this move in Mini X30 earlier. We saw Rocco Shenington make the same move for the lead, 2 up the inside in the same hairpin. And here's Charlie Wolfett. Great to see Charlie, who was involved in that incident on the opening lap at Glanigorse Park, right in the mix now for the win. And he's here in 2nd place.
This is going down to the wire, isn't it? Shenington and Wolfett, 1 and 2. Championship leader Leon Hasty having a go on the inside, though. Gets there, gets alongside Shenington. Shenington's trying to keep himself in the mix. Holds on to the lead. What defence from Shenington! My goodness! Holds his nerve. Now Hasty goes for the move into the hairpin. Shenington tries to give him space. Wolfett gets through. Planford is going to go with him. And Shenington is shunted down to 5th behind Cole Denham.
Oh my goodness. This is the battle for 19th, way further back. But what a battle that is for the lead. We're back with it now.
You've got to follow everything on this racetrack. There's so much going on. That battle further back, by the way, is Ralphie Branscombe just trying to hang on in front of Ava Dobson and Evie Davidson. That's who we were watching a few moments ago. But what about this race for the lead? Cole Denham right in there behind Leon Hasty. Charlie Wolfett 4th. Rocco Shenington, by the way, has managed to get back past Lucas Planford into 4th position. So as they come down to the Stratford hairpin, this is going to be a duel to the death. And the final lap can't come soon enough for Leon Hasty. Having worked his way into the lead of the race, he has got so much pressure. And I said it was a 5-kart battle for the victory. It's not. Alexander Reid has caught them. So Reid is now in the mix there as well. It could be any one of the 6. It's got to be so focused now, so delicate, so precise. Every move has got to be textbook. Otherwise, you're going to lose everything.
And as Leon Hasty defends this lead, the 6 of them will squeeze up together. Rocco Shenington trying to move into 3rd. He'll be disappointed with 4th if that's where he ends up. That's a move for the lead by Cole Denham on the 49. And we're into the last lap, Jake.
This is it. It's now or never. Denham hits the front. Rocco Shenington trying to get his bid on Charlie Wolfett as they come up towards the hairpin once again. Can Leon Hasty take back the lead? Not with the defensive tactics of Cole Denham. Wolfit tries to go alongside Hasty. Not enough room. Planford now gets a run on Shenington. Reid is going to try and go with him as they come up to the Bruno Ferrari chicane. It's all as they were. In through the right. Break. Turn in. Left hairpin. This is all going to be decided in Wilkins. And it's good for Cole Denham. Leon Hasty down in third place behind Charlie Wolfit. Wolfit's trying to hold on to the position and make a play for the race leader. Cole Denham down at the braking zone, up over the curbs, but it's going to be a victory. Is it for Cole Denham? Wolfit's trying, he's doing his best. They're going to come to the line together, but it's Denham. Denham gets it. Amazing racecraft from Cole Denham. Charlie Wolfit has to settle for second in front of Leon Hasty, Rocco Shenton, Lucas Planford and Alexander Reid. 6 karts at the flag, separated by less than a second. That is what Ultimate Karting Championship racing gives you. Rather sadly, post-race, Charlie Wolfit has picked up a non-compliance in scrutineering, and that denies him his hard-earned second place. That goes the way of Leon Hasty, with Rocco Shenton on the podium ahead of Lucas Planford and Alex Reid. Brian White is promoted up to P6 ahead of Ashley Haas. Finley Lines, what a comeback! 8th position for him ahead of Alex Kodjakov and Ellis Bell.
Well, brilliant racing from those young drivers there in the Honda Cadets, really learning their craft and working as a team, following the line of the man in front just to get the best draft down the straight and through the corners. It almost could have been anyone's race in the end, couldn't it? But Cole Denham was the man who held his nerve and took the checkered flag. Let's find out what he had to say at the podium.
Cole, you crossed the line first at Glanigorse Park, but you didn't get the victory that day after it went back on a red flag. But today you crossed the line first and you've got the victory. Well done. Just talk us through the race. It was tight.
At the start I didn't have the best stop, but I came back through the ranks and got on top.
Okay, and a great victory for you in the end. You must be delighted. Who do you want to thank for your victory this weekend?
My mum, dad, Shenington Kart racing team and Elite Driver Management.
Okay, well done.
Thank you.
A great drive from a great driver. Cole Denham takes the lead of the championship now by just 5 points. Planford is still very close into that fight. Friend, Johnston and Reid scoring consistently at this latter stage of the season. But who's going to be champion? Cole Denham or Leon Hasty? Or it could even go the way of Lucas Planford. Only time will tell.
Fantastic action from the Honda Cadets once again. Join us after the break in part 3 for Junior Rotax. Welcome back to Shenington for the Ultimate Karting Championship powered by Nitro Lord, where next out on track is the turn of Junior Rotax. Dan Ginchard has won the final in every round so far. Can he now continue this relentless pursuit of history in trying to take the final win in every round in a season? Well, let's go and find out as we join Jake Sanson with the grid positions. So come on, Jake, where's he qualified?
Would you believe pole position, Kev? Because I certainly would. He's there alongside Gustav Uzakov on the front row, Gabe Fairbrother and Freddie Lloyd, then Dylan McKay, Aidan Hassan, Sophie Kinghorn in a very strong 7th, Joe Garraway, Stephen Duncan and Henry Beaumont rounding out the top 10. Keep an eye out for the likes of Finn Smith and Cameron Crockett. At the lower end of the field, we've got Harry Pullen, Oliver Kerr, Millie Hart, Billy Edgecombe, and at the back of the field, it's Connor Leishman. Let's race up to the first corner, and already Dan Ginchard hoping to disappear and hide up at the front. He's already got an interesting challenge from Gabe Fairbrother, who has forced his way into second place past Uzakov. As the field surge their way out of Cafe and along up towards the Stratford hairpin, it is Dan Ginchard on the Argenti Motorsport Kart Republic that leads the way as they come onto position. We're on with Sophie Kinghorn, new recruit at the Argenti Motorsport team. She's carrying the 360 onboard camera this time as they go through the Bruno Ferrari chicane and onto the back straight. Some great moves in the opening lap, but as you can see, Ginchard is ahead and looking very strong from the front. And that's Dylan Mackay, who's currently tucked up behind Gabe Fairbrother. So a great start from Dylan Mackay. And he puts himself now in 3rd position as he hunts after Gabe Fairbrother. But the 2 teammates, obviously, at Ultimate R, which is very much inspired, set up and run by young Ben Hingley, who was the star of the British karting scene many years ago. Fairbrother and Mackay. Uzakov is in 4th place. Sophie Kinghorn, after an excellent start, is in 5th place. Then Lloyd, Duncan, Aidan Hassan, Beaumont, Garraway, Smith, Hughes, Cole, Crockett, Smith and Reese Duthie. Lucas Jex is in the mix there as well with Harry Pullen. Strong grid once again in Junior Rotax. The competitors in the Ultimate Karting Championship love this sport, love this paddock. And it really does showcase some incredible talent. Here's the move potentially from Freddie Lloyd. He had a look at Kinghorn there. but not going to get through with a cheap overtake. She is a lot stronger than that. Over the line once again. And Freddie Lloyd for the Dan Holland Racing Team is going to try again on the inside. Gets there. That's a very strong overtaking move this time. You're not going to get any cheap overtaking moves done on Sophie Kinghorn, though. She's very much one of the rising talents of the paddock. On the inside, that's Fairbrother making his bid for Ginchard.
This is the closest battle we've seen for the lead all season. Ginchard has been clearing off. We're on board here with Sophie Kinghorn. It's a battle for the 6th. The 46 there is Stephen Duncan, but he has to give best through the Bruno Ferrari chicane.
Indeed, and that was Aidan Hassan that he was battling with there. We are not used to seeing Aidan Hassan in the Tony Kart factory colours, but there he is on the inside line. And there goes Duncan. Beaumont might get through as well if Sophie's not careful. Indeed he does. Now on the helmet visor cam with Dan Ginchard, and that is the lead lost as through goes the number 3 of Gabe Fairbrother. What a shot this is from the visor cam. You really can see just how much energy goes through the visor as you're pushing your way through the course. As Kinghorn is desperately trying to keep the field behind. She's down in 8th position now, having lost some momentum. That's Joe Garraway behind us as we go through the Bruno Ferrari chicane. And she's getting herself back together, but Ginchard in 2nd. How many times have we said that this season? Dan Ginchard in 2nd place.
Freddie Lloyd there in 5th place. His brother Alex, of course, was a IARMY, I'm going to call him world champion. He won the IARMY International Final in 2018, Jake.
Oh, nice move from Ginchard. He dives through on the inside line and takes the position. So Ginchard back in the lead of the race. But no, you're absolutely right about Alex Lloyd's World Championship. I mean, you don't have a World Championship in either IAMI or Rotax, but the drivers know, you know, if you win the international finals or the world finals in IAMI or Rotax, you are the world champion as far as they're concerned.
As far as I'm concerned, Alex Lloyd was world champion in the IARMY Junior X30 class. End of story, that's it, don't debate me.
So Ginchard now leading Dylan Mackay, who is in 2nd place. Fairbrother down to 4th as a result of that move. Uzakov is in 3rd place. Check out this visor cam. He looks over his shoulder. And there's the lead change. It's Dylan Mackay. So Dylan Mackay takes the lead. But Ginchard straight back in the inside. Now check out the digital readout. This is what the drivers can see as they are racing around, and they've got all sorts of things that they can keep an eye on there. Engine temperature, exhaust temperature, water temperature, they keep an eye on everything. And that's the move on the inside, that's Duncan. So you can really see just how physical this class is getting as the drivers are trying to make their moves on the inside line. So close and so evenly competitive. You can see the dial on Sophie Kinghorn's steering wheel as well there. They obviously monitor everything. It may be karting. It's a bit of a step up. I think actually Henry Beaumont's rear bumper is a little bit loose there at the back. I don't know whether that's enough to trigger a technical flag, but certainly that's a little bit looser. That slide there and Kinghorn's gone off. Now, was there contact to get that started or not? I didn't see any myself, but certainly Kinghorn feels very hard done by.
Maybe something from behind, we certainly didn't see it. Later in the race, it's still Ginchard out front. This is the battle for the lead. And that's a move by Gabe Fairbrother, and he goes through the 3rd. Drops, is that Yusukov's? That's Yusukov's dropping down. And 2 places, Mackay goes past as well.
And in 2nd place is Aidan Hassan. Hassan has worked his way forward, and he's now in 2nd place. Talk about a big checkout now between these two as Beaumont there was battling for position. Kinghorn is making good ground as she tries to make her way up the inside with Pullen. 3 drivers getting wide together, and Kinghorn able to move her way up the order as a result.
That was a battle for, this is the battle for 18th, much further back now. Sophie's dropped back through the field after that earlier spin.
She's doing the best she can do to find herself back into contention. And now Fairbrother's got back into 2nd place on Aidan Hassan. So we've got Ginchard, Fairbrother and Hassan dueling away for the race victory. Ginchard just needs to stay in the top 3 essentially here, and he is the ultimate karting champion in Junior Rotax. It's pretty much already sealed because he had the perfect score coming into this weekend anyway, but they just want to finish it off. They just want to put it to bed in the best way possible. Pullen diving up the inside there of Edgecombe, and is Edgecombe going to be able to hang on in front of Kinghorn? No chance. Kinghorn gets the move nicely nailed there on the inside. So she's made another position up. And now we've got Uzakov and Duncan joining the trio. Beaumont in 6th from Garraway, Mackay, Taylor, Leishman, Crockett, Jex, Cole, Hughes and Kinghorn, who's now up to 15th.
Did you mention the words Connor Leishman there, Jake? Because he started 27th of the 27 runners. He's now 10th.
That's an amazing fight back from Conor Leishman to go through more than half the field to get back into the top 10 of this race. That's an amazing charge forward, but we are going to come through in fine style towards the end of this race. Oh, that's Harry Pullen. Harry Pullen has gone, I'm afraid, at the Stratford hairpin. So that's his race very much done and dusted. We're on the last lap. So Dan Ginchard trying to hang on here in front of Gabe Fairbrother, Aidan Hassan, Uzakov and Duncan. So can Ginchard continue his clean sweep? They've all just managed to get past Harry Pullen's kart without incident there. So Gabe Fairbrother still pushing on the inside. That's Uzakov having a go at Hassan in the chicane, and that's not worked. So Hassan is going to hang on to third position. But now it's all going to be about Ginchard and Fairbrother to the flag. And I think Ginchard's going to have this one. Hes going to secure the victory. Dan Ginchard will come through for the clean sweep of wins. He takes it again, and that will surely secure Dan Ginchard as the champion. But post-race, he has been given a penalty.
He's been given a penalty for defending too aggressively during the race.
So history will show that Gabe Fairbrother takes the victory from Uzakov and Beaumont. Duncan is 4th place ahead of Smith, Garraway and then Finn Smith. Ginchard is demoted to 8th in front of Dylan Mackay and Max Taylor, but he will still be champion.
Difficult race. You were right on him though all the way through, weren't you? It was a difficult weekend this weekend from all the others that we've seen. So just talk us through the race from your point of view.
It was a difficult race, to be fair. He put up a really good battle with his defending. It was top class, to be fair. We just struggled to get past him, and has a bit of pressure from Aidan Hassan and Yuskovis, to be fair. So just a good race.
Okay, who do you want to thank for your weekend?
I want to thank KR Sports Engines, my mechanic Aidan, Ben Hingley from Ultimar, and my mum and dad.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, whatever happens at Warden Law, the maximum 198 points for Dan Ginchard means he is the junior Rotax champion of the UKC. Gabe Fairbrother fighting for 2nd. Uzakov, Duncan and Kinghorn are locked in mortal combat for 3rd position, and it's going to be very close as to who gets the draw next time out.
Stepping up an age group after the break as we go from junior Rotax to senior Rotax. Welcome back to the Ultimate Karting Championship powered by Nitro Lord. Despite missing round 3 at Lark Hall, the senior Rotax class is currently led by Sean Butcher, for whom consistency has been the key this season. Earlier on, I caught up with the driver with Australian roots to ask him about his great start to the season and his hopes for himself and the team going forwards.
It's been a really good start to the season. Obviously, winning both pre-final and final in the first 2 rounds has helped us. We knew that if we did well in the early rounds, it would take pressure off us coming into the later rounds, but Lewis is coming at the minute, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. We missed Lark Hall because we had other commitments, getting to an event in France, but staying in the kart helped us keep momentum, and then we came back to GYG still strong, and we're still on quite a high coming into this one, so we'll see what we can do. I've done a lot of racing around Shenington in the past, but never in a Rotax before, so yes, so it's been quite good, so we'll see how it goes today as well. My team, KR, they do a really good job, like, they supply everything perfectly. So even if the whole team isn't here, but like, they'll still supply us with enough stuff to come out here and be competitive, so we're really grateful for that.
And just a quick word also about UKC, because you're leading the championship. Do you feel your European racing experience puts you in perhaps better stead than some of these other drivers who are just doing the 5 or 6 rounds of the UKC?
Yeah, I'd say it is important for the people that come from Europe to these events and other events in Britain as well. Obviously, Lewis and Kai do the same thing, so yeah, it doesn't surprise me that we're always up the front.
Well, best luck this weekend, and thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
Always great to hear from Sean Butcher. He's got a great chance in this title fight. Let's see what he can do in the final here at Shenington. Here's the grid. Sean Butcher on pole from Alex Eads, Matt Chickamera and Lewis Gilbert. Then Tristan Rennie and Louis Harvey, Jamie Mead, John Knox, Oliver Meadows and Alex Baker. Further back, Lewis Halliday in front of Tommy Edmonds, then McKenna, Heighton, Jex and Brown. Let's see how the battle is going to charge us forward to the first corner. And it's a perfect start for Butcher. On board with Matt Chickamera as they make their way through to the first corners in through Cafe. And this is an excellent start as the drivers continue their charge forward up towards Stratford Hairpin. But it's already a perfect start for Sean Butcher. And he's got Machikamera who's gone with him. There goes Lewis Gilbert on the inside line. The Doride Diamond still fighting his way through there, battling away with the 61 of Eads. As they run through to the Bruno Ferrari chicane once again. Onto the back straight. Everybody keeping it nice and tidy on this opening lap of the race. But certainly an exciting start for Sean Butcher. He really wanted to control the pace from the start and looking very neat and tidy already as Machikamera runs in second position. The Polish star who really has stepped up to the plate in this 2021 Ultimate Karting Championship season. Tristan Rennie doing a great job in third place ahead of fellow Scotsman Lewis Gilbert. Then Eads, Mead, Harvey, Knox, Baker and Edmonds. So the battle continues as the drivers are well and truly joined out there. Steve Brown getting a good start. Super GT himself now up into 12th position in behind Oliver Meadows. Tristan Rennie looking good in third position as he continues his battle to try and get one over on the KR Sport twins of Butcher and Hamera up front. Already a good start. Is this going to be a move from Rennie to get past Hamera? No, Hamera is not going to give any quarter at all in this race.
Sean Butcher has been on fire this season, Jake. Absolutely unbelievable. Missed a round of the championship, but that won't affect him. He can drop that those 2-0 scores. You can drop your worst pre-final, your worst 2 pre-finals and 2 finals during the season. They don't have to be at the same round, and that means Butcher's still in contention. But Sean Butcher this year, absolutely sublime. Every time he appears in this championship, he is an absolute outright front runner.
It's definitely home for him, isn't it, in terms of where he feels at his best, where he's able to deliver his maximum. And it's great to see him put on such an incredible performance. I've seen him out in Europe, up against the best drivers in the world, and he's always there towards the top 10, always fighting his quarter. And here in Britain, he really gets the chance to shine. The Australian star based in London nowadays, and this is what he needed. He was feeling frustrated over the last couple of seasons. He almost felt as if, I'm not sure what I'm doing here, what I'm doing wrong compared to the other drivers. I'm not getting the results, I'm not making it happen for whatever reason. He needed a championship campaign like this to showcase, not just to him, but to everybody around him, just how good quality he is as a performer.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it. We heard earlier from him in his interview how important the European experience was, those that go and race out in Europe. We said before, Jake, the better the drivers you race against. This is true of rookies in the sport. You're just coming into karting. Once you start racing against quicker drivers, ultimately that will make you a quicker driver. You'll pick up on their lines, their braking points and all sorts of other things. Looks like we've got a transponder fault for kart 12. That's Machi Hamera, but it's showing he's down his 17th. He's certainly not down his 17th. He's carrying the onboard camera, so we know he's still running.
Yeah, he's still battling away with Alex Eads. Then we've got Lewis Gilbert in front of number 74, Tristan Rennie, who's battling away with Louis Harvey. So the battle still unchanged as we watch the battle for 8th place. Now this is Oliver Meadows in front of the number 6 of Chaz Heighton. Alex Baker's in the mix there as well with Lewis Halliday and Tyler Jex. So some good racing through the field. Up to the inside, that's Eads. So he gets his run on second place man, Machikamera, and that swaps the positions over. So Machikamera is now going to be trying to fight his way back into P2 if he gets half a chance. And he's there running as they both try and get away from the very talented Doride Diamond himself, Lewis Gilbert. That's Louis Harvey now in front of Tristan Rennie. So Harvey has been able to get past Rennie and in front of Jamie Mead as well. And that puts Louis Harvey up into 5th place, another of the talented drivers whose career has essentially been given a rejuvenation by joining the Argenti Motorsport squad.
Absolutely, yeah. He's driven well this year, Louis Harvey. He's carried the onboard camera for much of the championship. In fact, all of the previous rounds, I think, in this class this year. Machi Hamera's got the onboard camera on today, but yeah, Louis Harvey has had a really good season. Another transponder fault.
That is actually Louis Harvey's.
Yeah, actually, I think it's just there's a problem with the timing. I think the timing's all over the place at the moment. This is the battle for 6.
Well, the weather is definitely threatening to rain, and I'm kind of hoping it doesn't before the end of this race, because there's massive cloud cover over the circuit at the moment, and we know how tricky it can be at Shenington when it rains, because this place is the speed cathedral of British karting. Alex Baker still dueling away with the... Is that Les Taylor? It is indeed. So Les Taylor trying to get through on the inside line. Won't net the move there. Lewis Halliday also in the mix there as he battles away with the 82 of Tyler Jex. Some good battles all the way through this field. Up into the first corner, that is Ewan McKenna dueling with Tommy Edmonds. And there goes Lewis Gilbert on the inside. He gets past Amera, so too does Harvey. In fact, he's going to get past Gilbert as well. The 97, Jamie Mead, gets a move. And I'm afraid Tristan Rennie and John Knox just don't have the space to get by themselves. So a little further into the race, we get to the last lap, and look at the gap Sean Butcher has been able to build on Alex Eads. He's just romped away out front. One hand on the Senior Rotax Trophy in 2021. What a performance from Sean Butcher. Alex Eads in second, and up to the line. It is very close. I think Louis Harvey just got there ahead of Lewis Gilbert, with Jamie Mead and Matching Amera in tow. That was so tight at the line, and yes indeed, Louis Harvey just pips Lewis Gilbert to the podium. Jamie Mead and Matching Amera ahead of Tristan Rennie and Chaz Hyton, with Les Taylor and John Knox only separated by half a second at the flag. But in the form Sean Butcher is currently in, it's looking very tough for anyone to deny him the 2021 Ultimate Karting Championship in Senior Rotax.
Well, while all the battles there were going on for second and third in the closing stages of that race, the man that put himself way out in front and proved exactly why he's leading the championship was Sean Butcher. Well done to him, a class act on and off the track. Let's go and hear from him at the podium.
It's been a really good weekend again. We're really quick in all the testing. Had a few if buts and maybes in the heats, but it was just mainly keeping the tyres nice and calm and like not overheating anything, and just keeping it steady for the finals.
Okay, and what's your plan for the final round? You're going to be at Warden Law?
Yeah, we definitely will be at Warden Law. Give that another go.
And who do you want to thank for your weekend?
I'd like to thank everyone at KR Sport, especially my mechanic, Jay, and my mum and dad.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Sean Butcher then just one weekend away from sealing the championship title. Lewis Gilbert is not far away. Guy Hunter hoping to hold on to the top three, with Alex Eads versus Louis Harvey to close out the season next time at Warden Law.
So that's all we have time for, as another weekend of racing has come to a close. From here, the championship moves some 220 miles north to Warden Law in Sunderland for the season finale in October. And if that is even half as good as this weekend has been, then we're in for a treat. Until then though, from all of us here in Shenington, see ya.